Flipping houses can be an extremely lucrative endeavor if you know how. I just flipped this little starter house in 90 days and made a $27,000 profit. And the best part is I did it remotely and never saw the property in person. And I'm gonna show you how to do it with none of your own money. Get ready to look over my shoulder and watch me flip this house from start to finish, coming up.
For a limited time, you can get a free copy of Jerry Norton's Virtual Flipper Kit with everything you need to flip houses without seeing them in person. Download it now at virtualflipperkit.com.
If you're new here, I'm Jerry Norton. I went from dead broke to millionaire flipping houses, and after doing 1,000 deals, I created this channel to help you master the art of wholesaling and flipping real estate so you can live your dream life. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified when new videos are released. Using a real live deal, I'm gonna show you how I found and secured this deal, how the numbers break down, how I rehabbed this house, and how I sold it for a $27,000 profit start to finish in 90 days. I'll even show you how you can do the same with none of your own money. Let's go. I live in Arizona and this house is in Metro Detroit. It came out for sale on market with a real estate agent for $64,900, which was a really good price, but it was very deceiving based on the listing pictures because it was packed full of the seller's stuff in every single room, and it looked much worse than it really was. The reality was, once cleaned out, it only needed carpet and paint. So within minutes of coming out for sale, I called the listing agent representing the seller and made a cash offer. Now I recorded that call, take a listen, and then we'll discuss what happened. Looks like this just came out?
Yep.
Awesome. So what can you tell me about it?
It needs some work. You know, it's got some finished stuff to the floor in the bathroom. It needs a good cleaning, but you know, otherwise it's pretty decent shape. Kitchen's in okay shape. Got a decent little backsplash.
Gotcha. Is this currently occupied by a homeowner or a tenant?
It's a homeowner. Yeah, very nice lady that's just relocating to Kentucky due to health concerns in a hospital there. That's going to be able to help her out.
Okay. And no garage?
No garage.
And no basement?
No, it does have a basement.
Does have a basement. Okay.
It's packed wall to wall with stuff, but there's a basement.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So usually if you can have one or the other, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Ideally both.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wish it had a garage.
Just a regular shotgun ranch, you know.
Yeah.
Got some potential.
Yeah.
That's why it's priced where it's at.
So I'm unrepresented. I'd let you write the offer for me so you get the commission. Can you do that?
Okay, I can do that, sure.
Awesome, and I am cash. What do you think I can, I'd like to go in a little lower. What do you think would get it done? Do you have any idea?
I have a very good idea, yeah. It's gonna take 60.
Is it because she has a loan or that's just their bottom line?
No, there's no loan.
Okay.
But I'll be blunt with you, she's having a heart transplant. And that's why they're moving to Kentucky, because that's a hospital that's going to be able to do the heart transplant. She's got a daughter with a kid that lives in the basement. Like, it's wall-to-wall stuff.
Yeah.
And they're all going to relocate to Kentucky.
If we went in hot and heavy cash, do you think you could get DocuSign over to me? We sign, we get it in front of her, we try to get it locked up like in the next little while?
I 100% operate that way.
Okay.
You know, if it's a solid offer, I tell my clients, you know, if it's a solid offer in front of us right now and it's numbers that we discussed in a listing agreement and listing appointment, we lock it up.
Yeah.
You know, we don't play games, and you don't run the risk of losing, particularly a cash buyer.
So what I'd like to do is get it locked up cash right now, and then I still would need like an inspection, and I'll just send my guy over.
Yeah.
You know, next couple days or whatever, and we're fine. Yeah, if we can do that, that'd be great. I mean, I'd go in at, so if you could do 60 cash, how soon do they want to close? Do they need some time, or what's the deal there?
Yeah, they would prefer to have 30 days.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's fine. Can I get your email? What I'll do is I'll email you right now like an offer sheet, which has the name, address. Like, can you tell her, hey, this offer's good till, I don't know, 5 o'clock or something? I just want to get her to sign it and not wait for show. We just missed one. I'm so mad because the seller said, let's wait a couple days. And then of course there were like there were a bunch more offers and we missed it, you know?
I have no problem doing that. I get it written up and present it to them. They sign it back to sign too.
Perfect.
So,
yeah.
You know, it's just one person that has to sign it.
Open up a
and we talked, you know, we kind of talked that dollar. So I mean,
you're right there. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, we got 60 grand cash and no appraisal, no FHA inspection, none of that.
None of that, yeah.
You know, that's a huge offer.
Right, yeah, no loans to worry about.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, let's get it done then, David.
Send me the stuff, including your email address and the legal name that you want it under, and I can drop the effective blank paperwork and send it right to you.
Awesome, sounds good. Look for it in about 5 minutes.
All right.
So there are a couple things I want to point out that are very important. First, time is of the essence. Speed is the name of the game. This property was priced aggressively, and I knew there would be a lot of showings and multiple offers, and if we waited even a day, I'd probably miss out on the deal because someone else is always willing to pay more than I am. That's why my goal was to get an offer to the seller and get it locked up before anyone else had a chance to make an offer. Notice I didn't even go look at the property or send someone to go look at the property. Now that may sound risky, but it's not, because I made sure my contract included an inspection contingency, which gives me time to send someone to go look at the property after I have an executed contract with the seller. In the event there's an issue, I can exercise my inspection contingency and renegotiate or terminate the contract. But initially, my biggest concern was getting the deal locked up with the seller. Now, the second thing I want to point out that I hope you caught while I was talking to the agent is that I followed my double dip technique, and I told the listing agent that I was unrepresented and offered him to represent me as the buyer. This is technically called dual agency because in addition to getting 3% for the listing, now he also gets 3% for representing me as the buyer for a total of 6%, or in this case, $3,900. Now, since the seller pays the commission, not the buyer, it doesn't cost me anything, but it gets the listing agent very motivated to get my offer accepted. And that's exactly what happened. He advised me to go in at $60,000 with my offer, so I sent him my offer sheet, which has everything I want him to include in my offer. Remember, as my buyer's agent, he writes the offer, but I still need to make sure he puts everything in the offer that I want, including important clauses that protect me and allow me to wholesale my contract if I choose to do that. By the way, I'll give you my agent scripts so you know exactly what to say, as well as my agent offer sheet. Just go to agentofferscripts.com to download that for free. So immediately he presented my $60,000 cash offer to the seller, but since the property just came out for sale like 15 minutes ago, the seller wanted to wait a day or so to see if she could get a higher offer. So I went back and I told the agent that I want to go full price, but she only had until the end of the day to accept. At that point, there were already like 15 showings scheduled, and I needed to create some urgency on the seller's part, which worked. She accepted, and I got the deal for $64,900 cash with a 30-day closing, but I did get her to agree to leave the appliances, which were really nice, and I got her to agree to leave the place empty, which is a big deal. I can't tell you how many houses I buy that cost me a few $1,000s to trash out. So all in all, I was happy with the deal, and I'll show you the numbers in a minute. But first, if you go after on-market properties, most agents are going to request a proof of funds in the amount of your offer. And if you're a pro or prime level subscriber to my deal management system, Flipster, you get unlimited custom proof of funds letters for as many offers as you want. Now that is a game changer for making offers on market. If you don't know, Flipster is a cloud-based all-inclusive platform to help you organize, streamline, and automate all of the steps to wholesaling and flipping houses. To learn more and see it in action, just go to getflipster.com. So now what? I have the contract for $65,000 with a 30-day closing. At this point, I could wholesale this deal to another flipper or a buy and hold investor for probably $5,000, maybe if I'm lucky, $10,000. But instead, I decided to fix and flip this deal. You see, I'm not just a wholesaler. I look at each and every deal and I decide what is the best exit strategy that will yield the highest return given the time, energy, and effort to do the deal. In this case, I knew I could make a lot more money if I buy it, do a light rehab, and resell it to a retail buyer, which I'll show you, so keep watching. After a little research, I determined that a nice 3-bedroom brick ranch with a basement in that neighborhood would resell for around $110,000. In fact, there is a sold home that is the identical house as mine on the same street that sold 6 months earlier for $110,000. It doesn't get any better than that. Looking at similar homes that are recently sold in the same neighborhood to determine the value is known as comping a property, and I spend a lot of time showing how to comp properties here on my channel. If this is an area that you want to learn more, be sure to watch my wholesale show every Saturday morning. Each week, I randomly choose a new market, find a distressed property, and then show you how to analyze that property for free using Zillow or Redfin. Hands down, it's the best training on how to analyze deals that you'll find anywhere. Now, I'll put a link to the wholesale show playlist below, and you can check it out later. Now let's talk about the Rehab. Since this is a first-time buyer neighborhood and based on the condition of the comps, all I need to do on this deal to resell it for $110,000 or so is new flooring and new paint and take care of any minor items. So we painted the cabinets, did some light paint on the exterior fascia and soffit, we cleaned and painted the basement, and basically that's it. So I had a flooring contractor and a painter and a handyman who handled a list of small items. My total cost was $10,000, and best of all, I had the agent who lists and sells my rehabs manage and coordinate the contractors. Since he's on the ground and has a vested interest in the property selling for top price with minimal issues, he did a great job organizing and managing the rehab. Now, other than a handful of calls, it didn't take very much time on my part, and again, I'm in Arizona and this house is in Detroit, so I never physically saw the house. Finally, let's talk about financing and then put all the numbers together. The total cost to do this deal is $75,000. $65,000 to buy the house and $10,000 to rehab the house. Now, over the years, I've done hundreds of similar deals with 100% funding. That means none of my own money in the deal. The best way to do that is to combine hard money with private money. Let me explain. There are unconventional lenders called hard money lenders that will give you 80 to 90% of the capital needed to buy and rehab a house. What's great about hard money is they don't care about your credit or experience. They only care that it's a good deal. Let's take my deal, for example. If the total cost to do the deal is $75,000 and a hard money lender gives me 80%, they'll fund me $60,000 towards my deal. That means I'm short $15,000 to be able to do the deal with 100% funding, which is where private money comes in. Private money is an individual who lends money on real estate. These are everyday folks who are looking for a safer place to invest money than the stock market. Let's say you borrow $60,000 from hard money at 12% interest, and then you borrow $15,000 from private money, also at 12% interest, and you're in the deal for 90 days, you'll pay a total of $2,250 in interest. Aside from interest, lenders also charge fees for origination, appraisals, etc. So for simplicity, with other fees involved, let's round it up to $4,000 in total cost to borrow 100% of the money for 90 days to do the deal. Now I'll tell you more about how to find 100% funding for deals in a minute, but after the rehab, I put my house up for sale for $110,000, and in the first day, we had like 15 showings, and I got an offer for $115,000. Yeah, someone offered $5,000 over list price, which I accepted. So let's break down the deal. The sale price is $115,000. I'm gonna pay a total of $6,900 in commissions. I'm gonna pay approximately $2,300 in closing fees, which includes title insurance, transfer tax, prorations, recording fees, etc. I need to subtract $65,000, which was the price I bought it for, and $10,000 for the rehab. And if I subtract $4,000 in financing, or what I call carrying cost, my net profit on the deal is $27,000 on a 90-day deal with minimal effort on my part that I never saw in person. Now, if you think that's brilliant, leave a comment and say, Jerry, you are a flipping genius. Now, aside from being able to find and negotiate a good deal, understanding how to run the numbers, and how to find and manage contractors, the key to getting started with fix and flip is being able to finance deals like this with 100% funding, especially in the beginning. So here's what I've done to make the process of raising 100% capital for deals fast and easy. I created a funding kit which has all of the tools and resources that I've used to raise millions of dollars for deals. Just go to myfundingkit.com and I'll give this to you for free. Now, honestly, if you're a wholesaler, you really should think about keeping and fixing and flipping some deals. Start with an easy one like this, and then as you gain more experience, you can move up into bigger deals. but I want you to really understand how it works to finance a fix and flip. So next, I want you to watch a detailed video where I break down how hard money works and how to calculate all of the numbers. Watch that now, and if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to my channel. With over 600 videos, this is the #1 channel on YouTube for all things wholesaling and flipping, and I'll see you on the next video.